Welcome back here to the Twin Cities Film Fest red carpet. I'm your host, Blythe Whaley, and right now we're going to be talking with the filmmaker from Mendo's Carousel. And this is awesome. We have David Michael Maurer, and thank you for being here.
Oh, thank you. It's so nice.
Yeah, this will be great to talk about your film, and I want everyone to know as much as I do about your film. So can you share just a little bit about your film before we get started?
Yeah, Mendo's Carousel is a short film. It's about honesty in the way of grief, and the movie opens with this young woman named Liza, and she's struggling. She lost her dad. She's drinking too much. She's just all over the place. And when we meet her, she's breaking into a dry cleaning business, and she tries to steal all the money. And the next morning, she wakes up, the money's missing, and the owner of the dry cleaning business finds her. And they both have a lot of secrets and a lot of things to figure out. So that's the basics. Yeah, thank you.
And you guys, so when we are thinking about your film and just kind of some of those ideas, ultimately what comes to mind that I want to ask you about is what challenges did you have to overcome when you're trying to film that and get this on the big screen?
Oh, the first challenge is always the script. And I will be honest, I had a lot of struggles trying to come up with the right idea. But I knew some cast members and people I wanted to work with. I started in, and then unfortunately around the same time, my grandmother passed away, my grandfather passed away, and my uncle. And that was like a big catalyst to start writing about these topics. But also a hard thing to go through, of course. And then... But, the main part of the film shoot was actually very smooth. We had these incredible actors, Eddie Gathegi, Todd Grinnell, Maurer, and if you look them up, they've done so many great things. And so it all kind of came together on the day. And then we were very lucky. We went to Puerto Rico for post-production and worked with this team at Reactor in Puerto Rico, and they did this incredible job. And so things went very smoothly in that regard. Yeah.
You always love to hear things going smooth in the film industry
Right.
because it doesn't always happen.
Sure.
But for you, what was something that really you took from making this film and that you're going to bring to some of the other films that you will do?
Oh, I think the heart, the soul of the filmmaking process. This is the most personal work I've done, and it's like to get vulnerable and to write and to kind of put that all into film is like a little scary, but being able to make it and actually get it out for people to see is giving me a little bit of courage to keep going and doing more of it. So.
Yeah, it's true. Sometimes the repetition of doing it makes it easier. And so also it's nice that you mentioned that for our viewers because I'm sure people in similar shoes trying to make sure that if they are nervous that they're taking that next step. Sure. Do you have any advice to people who are looking to do similar work as you have? I think people sometimes are watching films like yours and want some inspiration or maybe some advice.
I think the best art that I've seen is always unique. It's always like an individual's voice, and they are trying to create something original. And so if you were starting out, I would just like chase that part of you that is unique and put it out there.
That's great. Like I said, that's helpful, I'm sure, for so many people listening to really have that encouragement. And something I also want to ask you was, do you feel like there's people that came alongside you to help make this film possible?
Oh, 100%. Our entire crew is incredible. And Randy Sawson was the first producer to come on the project, and he and I go back. He's known as like the commissioner. He did all these big music videos in the 90s and stuff, and so he's very experienced at production. And then my friend Laura Burisma from Grand Falloon came on as well, and Laura and I went to college together, and it's like, so you meet these folks and you come up and you help each other out, and Laura would say, we're filmmaking friends, let's do it, Yeah. So.
And you always need those people that have your back and also want to help support you throughout this process because it takes so many people to really make a film at the end of the day possible. And David, I also want to talk about what maybe is next for you. Is there anything that you're looking to want to do, or is there anything that you want to plug here?
No big plugs. I really want to be looking into directing television. I love television as a creative space. I think that the stories that are told on television are very interesting, and so that's where my head's at right now.
Yeah. No, That's awesome. And we'll encourage you and just look out for you in that space. But ultimately, the last thing that I want to ask you is just how excited you are to be able to go in there and get to see your film on the big screen with some awesome fellow filmmakers.
Very excited. Yeah, and Twin Cities has been amazing. Max volunteer picked me up at the airport yesterday, and the city's just incredible. People are so kind, and so I'm really looking forward to this screening. So
We appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here and letting everyone see your awesome film.
thank you so much. I appreciate
Well,
it.
you guys, David Michael Maurer and his film Mendo's Carousel. Thank you again.
Thank you.
But you guys, stick around. More awesome filmmakers coming up on our red carpet. Take care, guys.